I bought you that hoodie, by the way. Show it to the people. That's a Carhartt Barstool official collab via Harold Hoops,
That is a
via
nice hoodie.
Hollywood Hair. What's going on,
This
everyone?
is a birthday episode.
Welcome to another episode. This is a birthday episode, dude. I mean, we got to talk about it. 25. You're looking great at 25. Nobody's doing it at 25 like my main dog, Brendan the Bod Petrilli. Nobody's doing it like the SU rugby legend. Nobody's doing it like the former Susquehanna University WQSU sports director. Nobody's doing it like the host of the BSP podcast. Nobody's doing it like the co-host of the Cold. Dude, I could do a great intro for you. No one's doing it for the co-host of Cold One's Conversations. No one's doing it like the Weather Girl's boyfriend. No one's doing it like Brendan the Bob Petrilli. Give it up for 25, ladies and gents. Give it up. Give it up.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday, bro. How you feeling at 25? I'll salute. How you feeling?
Feeling old, man. It's been a grind this last week, and my body is just all the schedule is just all out of whack. We're low energy.
The body is not the body right now.
I don't know if it's just, all the hours we've been putting in working, or if it's just another year older getting to us, or the alcohol we put in it. I don't know. Probably all of the above.
All the above,
But
I think
we're
it
doing
is.
well. We appreciate all the birthday wishes out there. We thank you all. The best birthday wish out there is to see the numbers keep going up. We need these subscribers to keep
We
going
need,
up.
dude, we need, first of all, where are our BSP listeners? You've been doing BSP now for what, 2 years, going on 2?
Yeah, a little over a year. Getting
Where's the
close.
conversion?
Yeah,
Where's
I
the
mean,
community?
yeah.
We're
What does that say? What
119.
does that say? So a lot of people just like me.
I don't know if it's that or if it's a lot of people just like to hear you blow dick about Philly. You know what I mean? It might be that. This is a business show. Like, we make people money on this show.
Yeah,
That fucking show doesn't
and
make
that's why you
money.
gotta subscribe. You gotta put the bell on,
The
put the
Instagram's doing
notifications
good.
on.
The
Yeah, yeah. We're
Instagram's
good.
doing good. The
Follow us on
Instagram's
the
going up.
gram. Both of us, Cold One Conversations on Twitter. Trying to be more and more active on there, even though I keep telling Harry to post stuff and I give him the username and password and he just doesn't post at all.
I'll
But it
do it.
is what it is. Well, we still love him. We're having fun with it here. It's a little bit of a lower energy pod for me here, but we're going to grind through it. We're going to try to get these episodes out on Thursdays moving forward. That is the plan. We're
That is
going
the
to try
plan.
to stick to it. But yeah, make sure you have the subscription on, the bell on, so you know when we go live with it. We got to get better. We want to keep grinding, get these numbers up as we move forward, because 25, we want 25K by the next year. All right, that's what we want.
That's a good goal, dude. I 25, we can hit 25K. Listen, this is what it comes down to. I'm known, by the way, I got to give myself the introduction. Harold Hoops, Hollywood Hair, also known as Harry Heaps on the birth certificate. Glad to have you in. Philly Drinkers, check out our sponsor, our main sponsor, Philly Drinkers. We love having them. Use the promo code. You know it. You love it. You see this hat. You see this glass. If you could see it on the virtual background, they've got the best stuff in the game. Nobody's doing it like them. Listen, ladies and gents, we're going back to our weekly show. We're locked in. We're coming up to week 11. We're making clips left and right. They're going to go on the Instagram. They're going to go on the YouTube. We're doing what we do. Shout out the Baltimore Ravens, dude. Let's get into the episode now. We're bringing the low energy from a low to high. Shout out hims.com. I don't need them, but we'll take the sponsorship. Okay. If you need a good boner pill, I've heard it's good. This is a PG show. We can say the term boner. Okay. Dude, let's talk about it. In division rivalry. Okay. Is this a hot take? Mind you, I have not heard anyone say this. I swear to God. If you are an NFL quarterback getting paid $250 million plus for a 5-year contract and your wrist hurts and you can't come back into a game, how are you not screaming at the training staff, tweet out right now, my wrist is broken. Tweet out, it is falling off the bone. Tweet out, there are no ligaments left. Tweet out, I can't hold a football. Tweet out, I cannot hold up my wrist. Tweet out, I can no longer touch my wiener. Tweet out, it is falling off the bone. How do you not say that? Like, he sucks. Joe Burrow, if you want to come on the show, we'd love to have you on the show. He sucks. I mean, dude, they never led. We beat that ass. For all the haters out there saying the Ravens wouldn't do, it would have been a different story if Joe Burrow would have been in. Bro, they never led. They never led the entire game either with or without him. And I said it to a few other people, and Trilly's going to know exactly where I'm at. The fucking Eagles won a Super Bowl with a backup QB. I don't want to hear dick about you needing a backup. If you got the personnel, you can get the job done. I don't want to hear shit about it. And they beat the Patriots. So shut up. I already dropped an F-bomb early in the show. I get my one of the show. But I just got to get this out there. The Ravens are clearly the greatest team to ever exist in the AFC North. I mean, the Steelers are a bygone era. They're dying. They're the dinosaur that's being put out to pasture. This is who they are. They're done. They've got a top 5 head coach of all time. I get it. But outside of the quarterback that we don't need to go into his past, they're not, they're not the best. This is the first squad that I've ever had in my lifetime as a fan, and as a matter of fact, in the lifetime of an organization, that this squad has been viable for any sort of shootout where my offense can give you plus 25 points week in and week out. This never happened before, where every week we're putting up plus 25. Either way, Joe Burrow sucks. How do you not say it's fallen off the bone? Bro, like literally say they had to amputate your arm, and that's why you can't go back in. I'll rest my case. We're the best team in the AFC North. We're going to win the AFC. We're going to go to a Super Bowl. It's Bird v. Bird.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was an interesting situation there where you felt like it would have been a more pressing issue with the whole Burrow situation. He had a brace on before the game. It got leaked. A lot of people are very up in arms about that it wasn't on the injury report. Goes out there. It seems like a very minuscule play where he gets sacked, falls weird, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, he'll be back. He just hyperextended it or something.
Yep.
Fell weird on it.
Yep.
And now he's done for the season.
'Cause
Something's going on there. Something's weird, and you hate to see that because the guy's one of the best quarterbacks in the game. The guy's got the most swag. He's got everything going on there. And that Bengals team was finally starting to click to finally get rolling here and make a push and try to contend with that Ravens team. But the Ravens, to their credit, they shut him down. Even when he was in there, they did shut him down. It's a little bit of a 49ers syndrome that the Bengals fans are giving off right now. Oh, if our quarterback was healthy, this and that. No, your team just wasn't good enough with him in there. Now, you didn't get the opportunity to see it happen, but it's been a common reoccurrence for this team over the past couple of years and keeping him healthy. Whether it's getting sacked and hurt and banged up and this and that, they've tried spending the money on the offensive line. They can't keep him healthy. They can't scheme it up around him to protect him, and it just keeps rearing its ugly head. And you hate seeing this guy out. This guy's one of the best in the game, but it comes down to the coaching, keeping him healthy. Same thing with Brock and all the quarterbacks at the 49er land. You got all this talent all over these teams. You can't keep the quarterback healthy. It's a quarterback-driven league. You need them to win football games. They just can't get it done. And the Vens, they're flying high. They're rolling. You should be pumped. You should be excited. It's going to be interesting when you play the Chiefs. I like their chances. They're very battle tested over the last couple of years, head coaching wise. Lamar, my biggest question to you now, because it kind of takes you back a little bit of a notch there with that offense, is Marky Andrews.
Yeah, that's the
done
biggest
for the
dagger.
year.
That's the
Done
biggest
for the year. That's a big thing. You saw Lamar, how pissed off he was when he got hurt there. He was literally, I thought Lamar was going to kick him on the ground. Like, get up. Like, I need you.
Get up and play, dog. No,
yeah, like,
up.
I need you, big dog. Like,
we do. We need the kid.
I think that hurts a lot for that offense.
I found out some news about Mark Andrews that I can't say on this podcast because it came from a confidential source, but I'll tell you it off camera. But we'll leave.
This is podcasting 101. You're breaking the rule here.
We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. That's the clickbait right there. What do I know about Mark Andrews? Yeah, dude. I mean, we lost. This is the first year, right, where Mark Andrews has been the true number one tight end of the league. He has surpassed, Travis Kelce this year be give the sure number one amount of just issues that the Chiefs have had. Number one, number two, Todd Monken and Lamar Jackson have just been getting him the ball. Huh?
I mean, Travis Kelce's the Chiefs' offense.
He's the Chiefs offense, exactly. Getting him the ball when he needs it. He gets it done, yards after completion. He's a beast. But I think that what's crazy is, again, the Ravens for the first time have had, the Gus Bus has become that first option for us later in the season. Partnered with Zay Flowers having big catches. Now Odell Beckham's coming alive, and it's been like Mark Andrews has been the guy that can always.
That is huge. Having Odell starting to cook,
which is finally great. But it's always been Mark Andrews has been the cleanup unit, not the first buffer. He's been the cleanup unit, and now we just lost the cleanup unit. I don't know how he adjusts from that, man. I don't. He's a Listen, there's only one other guy at his position better than him. And that's going to arguably go down to be the greatest tight end of all time if he can surpass Gronk, which is Travis. Losing a guy like that is massive. I think it definitely affects us for big games like against the 49ers, against Miami, and definitely when it comes to that long playoff stretch in a Super Bowl. But do I think we get it done? Do I think we get over it? I do, from the sure fact that what I'm going to throw back out to you is tell me another team that's offensive line is playing to the caliber of Phillies right now than Baltimore. Because that is the whole reason why Gus is doing what Gus is doing. Dude, Gus is averaging right now a tug a game. He's Christian McCaffrey right now, bro.
He's got more touchdowns than McCaffrey.
He's Christian McCaffrey 3.0. He's the Gus Bus, the unstoppable Gus Bus, dude. Tyler Linderbaum is playing like Jason Kelce before the ring. No sweat, no dirt. John Cena, you can't see me. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, this offensive line is just, they can't be stopped right now, dude. And it's crazy because our second episode into this season, bro, you saw that game against the Texans. It looked like that. It looked like we were playing Pee Wee football. But that's I think the only thing that overcomes this loss of Mark Andrews, dude, is our offensive line is creating opportunities for our rushing game that's unlike any other team outside of the tush push. And when you can't stop something like that, dude, it's hard to beat, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure. They're finally starting to. I've been preaching it this whole time throughout the years that offense need to find the identity, right? And they're starting to finally get in that running game getting going again. And Odell's finally getting the ball in his hands. Flowers, you got some electric guys. Losing Andrews is that safety blanket. It's going to be really big hit for that team. Yeah. And even just what he does blocking wise too to set up Gus Bus and the rest of those guys. But I mean, we didn't have an episode last week. We're sorry about that. But make sure you put the bell on and everything so you know when we do go live. This team has had a little bit of an up and down. I kind of
that's the Ravens way. That's the Ravens way. I kind of
felt it last week against Cleveland too. I told you I was not feeling great about it. Now we're back at an all-time high.
I was ducking
this Ravens team. Now we're the best.
I was ducking it.
Like, so I like this Ravens team. I think they're definitely a top 3 team in the AFC, 100%, no doubt about it. Probably top 2, honestly. Top 2. Where it goes from there, we'll have to wait and see, because I do like this offense is finally getting going, because the defense is good, man. It can fly all over the place. And I like the shot. I like the shot of a Bird Super Bowl.
I like the shot of a Bird v. Bird. A 2 versus a 1. A 2,
and if that happens, we're all driving out to Vegas together. All the subscribers that we got, because you guys are the homies, you were in first. We're all getting a van together, and we're going to drive out together.
Yeah, what are we going to do? Rent a Suburban?
Yeah, that'll fit us. Well, we got more subscribers than a Suburban. Come on. Mini bus.
A Mercedes truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
We'll ask Elon for the Tesla.
Cyber.
Yeah,
do the Joe Rogan and shoot the arrow at it.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see that video of him shooting an arrow at a fucking Cybertruck? It was crazy, dude. It's like, this is the most guy thing I've ever seen. Yo, can I shoot a bow and arrow at your car? Like, who does that, dude? That's unreal. All right. I want to jump into it, dude. And we're going to get into the bets in a little bit, but I think we got to talk about, why are the Eagles week in and week out on Pro Football Focus, through the NFL, through every kind of major um outlet besides us. We're a major outlet, and besides Barstool and maybe Colin Cowherd, anyone besides those three entities, ESPN, anyone that's got a voice on that program, anyone, and then really anybody else on Fox, they have not been giving the Eagles any due respect, dude. Dude. A week ago, the Eagles for Pro Football Focus were ranked the 7th best team in the NFL, and they have the best record in the NFL. What is going on right now? Like what? How? This is the first time that I've ever seen a juggernaut, a true juggernaut, which you are, not be outright called a juggernaut. What's up with that, dude?
Yeah, man.
Where's
I
that
mean,
hate coming from?
the Eagles just they don't beat the bad teams by 40 points like other teams do. Like
Okay.
a shitty Dallas Cowboys team goes in there and they beat the crap out of these bad teams, right? You saw it again. They love throwing that stat out there that against the Giants this year. It's like 90 points to 7
Yeah.
against the Giants. Like the Eagles they're just not doing that, right? They played a lot of close, tight games, but they're winning. They beat the Cowgirls. They dominated the Miami Dolphins. They held that offense to 7 points, the best offense in the league. They're just not winning games by big margins that teams aren't going, ooh, wow, look at this. Look
Yeah.
at that. They're just not shiny. They're not sexy, but they're 8-1. They're winning football games. They're the best team in the fucking league. And they're going to prove it Monday night. And we'll get to that in a little bit. But that's what it's going to take. It's going to take a Monday night football game here against a team that you lost to in the Super Bowl in a rematch with the Swifties may or may not be there. Who knows? We'll have to see if she's there or not after the big thing going on. But
Yeah, what do you think about that, bro? You think that she's going to be there?
the whole thing was interesting down with her concert. But I mean, if anything, she's got that jet. She'll go wherever.
She's got that jet.
She'll plant some trees to offset it, and she'll get there. All right, like. But anyway, yeah. I mean, am I wrong with anything I said there, Harry, about this Eagles team? Is there another reason that people aren't saying that they're one of the top 2 teams in the league like they are?
I think that's a really good point. I think it comes down to, I think it really is that you guys aren't beating bad teams.
The Eagles are 8-1, and everybody is saying they haven't played their best football yet. And they're 8-1.
1. Yeah.
Like they have the best record and they haven't played their best football. That's insane to me that you can't look at this and be like, oh, wait, if they do play to their potential, they're the best team, right? Nobody's saying that, though. They're not saying, well, if they do, it's what have they done? And it's just, I don't know, whatever.
I think it just comes
no
down
one likes this. We don't care. Ross, shout out to the sweatshirt.
Shout out the sweatshirt. Hold it
But
down.
we do care what people think. Guys.
We are who we are. No, and we care what you think, and we want you to pay us, and we want the $100 million deal. I think it comes down to, as well, man, that you guys have the flash and the success of teams. You've got the name brand recognition of a Swift, of a Brown, of a Hurts, of a Jason Kelsey. You've got all this glitz and glamour, but yet your guys don't act gaudy. Like, think about that. Like, I don't want to take shots on anybody on my team.
Everybody, the gaudy numbers, right? Everybody's hyping up CeeDee Lamb over the last 3 games. Yeah. 150 yards or whatever, 10 catches. A.J. Brown to start the year, first 7 games of the year, 125 yards a game. And he's not one of the top 5 wide receivers in football?
I think it comes down to,
bro, come on, dude, what?
I think it's just because you guys are so team oriented and they want people who are more individualistic and they want people who are like, and I think, but that's it. But that's what makes the Eagles so good. The Eagles are so good because you've got all these top tier talent. You've got all this personality in a room. You've got guys that can, as Strusky would say, stand on business and do whatever they want to do. And yet they come together and they collaborate to make this juggernaut. And I don't think that people like that. Like, that's why I think that's why I kind of feel like that the Niners get all of this traction. Trent Williams is his own guy. McCaffrey is his own guy. Kittle is his own guy. But at the end of the day, Brown is just as much repping and talking about what Hurts is talking about that Hurts is saying. And Brown is saying the same things that Kelsey is saying. And Fletcher Cox is saying the same things that Kelsey is saying. You guys are all so entwined. And I don't think that people like how simplistic you make winning.
Football wise, 100 billion%. They are so boring in their press conferences.
Yeah.
It's repeating the same stuff over and over.
Which is what makes it good.
Yeah, 100%. But at the same time, Jason Kelsey is a finalist for the sexiest man alive. You know,
Yeah.
like he's got one of the biggest sports podcasts in the world. His brother is dating one of the biggest, if not the biggest, like figure in the world. And he
couldn't even come with a word, music star.
Yeah, whatever. I was gonna say model, but she's not a model. But yeah, you get it.
Is she a model to you? All right, talk to him, Trill.
Supermodel,
Taylor Swift.
She's not a supermodel, by the way.
Taylor Swift. This is my main dog, and he's 25 today. He's throwing a shot at you. The arrow has been sent. All right,
for sure. Yeah, if her dad, we'll get to it in a little bit when we talk about the game, but if her dad isn't rocking a 62 green Kelsey jersey, he's out. He lost his card.
He's done.
Yeah, he lost his Eagles card. Like I get it. You know, you want to support the new boyfriend, but the bigger power move, you're sitting there cleaning your gun when he's coming up. Yeah. You're rocking that 62 Kelly Green Kelsey jersey. That's what you got to do.
Yes, dude.
Assert your dominance in this relationship.
Is it that, or is he wearing Super Bowl patch jersey?
No, because if the Eagles beat them in the Super Bowl, then yes, but you just lost to them.
Fair enough.
So that's the only reason you can't do Super Bowl patch.
That's the only reason why. Yeah. Fair enough. I get that. All right, dude.
Yeah.
I got one more topic to throw out to you, and then let's get straight into our picks. I feel for a low energy pod. This is a low energy pod. Shout out Hims. No free sponsorship. I'm giving you a sponsorship here. We're looking for you to boost the testosterone of this episode. I don't need them, but maybe this episode does. I think that would be a great ad read. I don't need them, but maybe you do. You think that's pointing too many fingers? How about when Stu Feiner goes, I have great sex on Blue Chew? That's crazy. That is so crazy to say live on a pod.
With his wife is there too. She's like standing behind the cameras, like listening to all of it. Like what a fucking legend.
Imagine if the missus and the weather girl were both behind the camera and we both said we just got sponsored by Hims and the sex we have with our partner is crazy.
You want to know why the weather girl gives out great picks? It's because of Hims. Because I give that dick because of Hims.
Yeah, I give crazy anal dick. You know what
All right, we're coming off the rails here. This is a family-friendly pod.
Do we got to take
we're a bit delusional at this point.
Do we got to take that out?
Nah, we're good.
That was, does YouTube approve that word? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm putting it out there now, going into week 11 of the NFL season. Brian Dable will be officially, I rumored with it, I flirted with it, I himsed with it a couple episodes ago. Brian Dable is going to be the next head coach of the Buffalo Bills. It's signed, it's delivered. They're going to lose pretty much every other game. The Giants are. He's getting out of New York.
Why can't they bring him back as the OC right now?
Because why would he step down? Why would he step down when he's delivered a team to a playoff berth?
Because they're just going to move on anyway. Just do a mutual agreement and just see you later. I'm going to go hop on the Bills and I'm going to try to go get them to the Super Bowl.
Because I think that he's actually the better head coach.
I know. And Sean McDermott would hate it. LaSalle guy, he would not be all for that.
So why would the Bills not want to put the better guy at the head spot?
Well, they just want to try to change their season around here because they're going down the crapper real quick here.
They're done,
something.
They're a farce.
Yeah.
Josh Allen is no longer in the top 7 QBs.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask you that before we head to the picks here. You can ponder this a little bit if you want, but with all the injuries to the quarterbacks, what is that top What
Who's the
is the five? No, not even the top five. What is the 5 to 10
who is the
quarterbacks
Creed
in the
top
league?
five? Or not the Creed top five, the
No, from 5 to 10. Who's
what are
the
we
five
calling
to
that?
ten?
We got to give that a name.
Yeah,
The Philly Drinkers 5 to 10.
yeah.
Okay, what is the Philly Drinkers? What is the PD? PD. Wow, we're really touching on things right. A little too much PDA. What's the PD? Wow.
The PD 5 to 10
What's the
QBs
PD 5 to 10? Um, starting at six or starting at five, starting at six,
starting at
starting at five,
6.
starting at six. Um, before he got injured, Deshaun Watson.
Well, he's hurt now. He's
He's
done
hurt
for the
now.
year. That's what I'm saying. That 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 now.
Okay.
It
Okay.
is so
Geno
up in the
Smith.
air because
Geno
of all these
Smith.
injuries,
Geno
right?
Smith is six.
Gino, what do you think
Geno,
about Herbert? Or is he up in the top 5 now?
excuse me, I'm sorry. Herbert six, Geno seven.
Is it Dak?
No, Allen's eight, Dak's nine.
Brock Purdy?
No, probably Sam Howell 10.
Wow.
Yeah,
I do like Hal. He's Peyton
Sam
Manning
Howell
against the
10.
Eagles.
Sam Howell 10. Dude, that kid, like they should stick with him. They should not move off of him.
Yeah, I think so.
I do feel that way. Like he could really grow in that system. And with the way that I think that the Commanders are going to go in the next couple years, I think that he's going to develop super well. Okay, so the Creed top five is Lamar one, Hurts two. Uh, the Creed top five is Lamar one, Hurts two,
Patty.
um, Patty three, Tua four. Does that mean that I'm putting Lawrence at five?
Yeah, because he wasn't in that second half. Who would be the other guy there?
Yeah, I'm not putting Kyler anywhere. He just started playing.
No.
I mean, he got the win, so maybe we go off of the 1W.
Oh, CJ Stroud. He's a top 5 QB right now.
CJ Stroud 5. So wait, then but I got to keep Lawrence somewhere in there. So who do I take out of the PD 5 to 10?
I say Gino, but Dak.
No, Dak's put up too many points to not be in it.
Well, who was 10?
10 was Sam Howell.
And I guess you got to bump Sam down one.
Sam's down. Sam's 11 breaching on a 10, a soft 10.
No.
He's a soft 10. He's a soft 10.
If Trevor keeps struggling here, though, he might bump himself out of that top 10.
Dude, so going back, I mean, the original conversation was about Brian Dable, and I'm going to hit one other thing. Dude, we've said it before. We're a pro Texans podcast, dude. That division is officially no longer on lock. Dougie P and Trevor Lawrence completely have something to worry about for the next 5 years. Because that Texans makeup, that Texans personnel, they are coming for that division.
100%.
And Stroud is the real effing deal, bro. Dude, no, but just to end this out before we hit our picks, Allen has completely regressed. He's a turnover king. He needs his guru. He needs his Mike McDaniel, which is Brian Dable. Josh Allen, I will argue this. Josh Allen will never win a Super Bowl without Brian McDaniel in his coaching staff. I am certain of that.
Who?
I'm absolutely certain of that.
Brian McDaniel?
Or not Brian McDaniel. Brian McDaniel. He needs, what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
Are you paused, by the way, or can you see me?
No, my camera's acting up right now.
Okay. No, he needs his Josh McDaniel, like that Brady had. Brady had his Josh McDaniel. He needs his Brian Dable.
Mm-hmm.
And I will argue that Josh Allen will never win a Super Bowl without Brian in that coaching staff, without him either leading as, again, an offensive coordinator or as the head coach. He needs the guy that gets him away from being this turnover present king. And let's not get it twisted, dude. The personnel that this quarterback has to work with on the receiving core side, both in the tight ends, through the trenches, play action coming off with Cook, and a top 3 wide receiver in Stephon Diggs. Gabe Davis, for God's sake. Dude, there's no reason why he's throwing what he's
Gabe
throwing.
Davis not get the ball anymore?
Because I think that Allen just is overthinking the way he throws because he knows that he's a turnover king, dude. He's the turnover king.
He always has been, though. Like, it's not anything new that Josh Allen, he was doing this for the last couple of years, you know?
But it gets worse
and
and
he was
worse
still
every
putting
year.
up points. He was still getting yards. He was still putting up tutties. Why aren't the tutties coming anymore?
Because it's getting worse and worse every year, dude. His numbers they're not stagnant. They're going up. They're going vertical. His turnovers are going vertical, bro. It started with that week 1. We said it before. How do you get your ass whipped in Buffalo, in the snow, by Cincinnati, and then to open up the following season in MetLife when the savior for that organization comes in, goes down for the year, you don't get the job done, and you turn the ball over 3 times. He can't. He's a guy who he will never be able to get it done without the right coaching staff around him. And that's just the truth. You always need the right coaching staff. I'm not saying that. You always need the right coaching staff to get it done and to get it all the way. But dude, I think about it. You look at a guy like Tua, who Tua is now showing you that if you give him 2 years of the right coaching staff, he's the real deal. He should be getting paid. And year after year, you were making fun of him. You were supposed to be the main dog in the East. You were supposed to be the guy who's going to run the division after Brady. And you're not doing that anymore. And now with the way the Patriots are going, they tank enough. They're going to get a guy who might be as good as you with a better coaching staff. I mean, if I'm not Allen, am I not protesting to get Dable back in the room and to get a number 1, to get a top 15 running back in my room? Like, what am I doing? Like, is Jacobs, are the Raiders going to find a way to bring him back? Or is Josh Allen going to do the right thing for the Buffalo fan base and say, get me this guy?
Mm-hmm.
What's he doing?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely look yourself in the mirror type of stuff now, where they've gotten so close over the last 3 years, and it's just slowly been, you had that peak,
Yep.
trying to get there, and then you thought you were going to keep going and get to that promised land, and now it's all of a sudden the last 2 years, you thought you were going to come back up again, and it just has not been even close. Yeah. The whole dynamic of it is that everybody's kind of losing each other at this point. They aren't keeping it together at that team at all.
Do you think that Josh is losing the locker room, or is that too early?
I don't think it's him. I think he's losing Stephon. But other than that, nobody else really has the right to be able to, say, what are you doing? Who else on that team has had success anywhere else?
No, facts. Is Stephon going to leave?
I don't think he should. I don't think he should. I think he should stay. I think the two of them have a good fit together. They just got to figure it out.
Yeah, I do. I think that there's a better quarterback match for his playing style.
Yeah, I mean, but
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
All
Get
right.
greedy with it. You might as well.
Let's go for it, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get even more greedy with it, and let's put some winners out there.
Let's put some winners.
We took a week off. We need to put winners.
We took a week off. I'm going to take the hit. We took a week off. I couldn't face the music. I couldn't talk about how my team put up 31 points against the number 1 defense in the league and couldn't get the job done. And that's all we're going to say about that. The first under and underdogs. Let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. We're the kings. We're the queens. We give you out 3 each, plus the lock, plus the parlet. And it's due, baby. It's due. All right, ladies and gents, let me tell you where I'm at for
We
my
gotta hit this
first.
parlay.
We
So
do got to hit this parlay. For my first underdog, I am taking the Green Bay Packers at home plus the 3. I love this bet. I think that everyone is going to be hammering the Chargers. They're on the road. They got the better personnel, absolutely the better quarterback, probably not the better coaching staff, but they're hot. They're coming off some big wins against some bad teams. And Green Bay at home this time of the year, ladies and gentlemen, global warming might be hitting you where you're at, but it's not hitting Lambeau, and I'm tagging that line. That was good. Green Bay plus the 3, Green Bay plus the 3, Green Bay plus the 3. What do you
I
think?
like it. I definitely think that it is a lot of respect to this Chargers team that I think is deserved. Like, why does the Chargers deserve to be favored on the road? What, by three
Yeah,
points?
right.
Why? Tell me why. Like,
There,
what?
it's after beating bad teams like that. For some reason, this year, Vegas and well, not Vegas, but the NFL media in general loves to hop on the train of a medium packed team destroying a bottom tier team. Look at how people talk about Dallas. All Dallas does is beat bad teams, and
Mhm.
everybody wants to rave and hoot and holler about them. Honestly, the same thing can be said about Miami. Everybody, including us for a while, was talking about Miami. All they do is beat middle of the pack and bad teams. They're not for the 1% yet. The
Mhm.
1%. Nobody's there yet. Shout out Bernie. You know what I mean? That's a reference from 2016. All right. I like it plus the 3, dog. Hit me.
Steelers 2.5. They beat the Browns.
Ooh, okay. So what's our rule though?
What?
When when the money's all go in one direction, 9 times out of
You
10,
think
you gotta go
everybody's
the
right
other
going
way.
Steelers?
Everybody's bet. Dude, Deshaun's out. Everyone's betting the Steelers this week. This is a 13-10 win, and everyone's betting the Steelers.
I know what you're saying, but sometimes
You
you're
got to
just
go for that
right.
one.
You know you're just right.
You got to go for that one. Hey, you, dude, you've put out some good winners this year. I won't lie. I won't take it away from you. You've had your points. All right, rolling into the next one. I think that this is a crazy number for an in-division game, especially.
I like so many favorites, honestly.
Really? Because this underdog, dude, I think is a sleeper, dude. And it's Mike Rabel and the Tennessee Titans
I
on the
thought
road to
about
those
that one.
Jaguars.
I thought about that one.
Now, wait, am I not taking my own advice? Do you think that everyone's betting that Titans line? That's a large line to give the Jags right
I
now, dude.
Yeah, and I think that's why people are taking Vrabel. He plays teams tough in division. The Jags have been struggling. I
So
tend
what's
to
the smart
lean.
money play here? Is the smart money play to ride the Jags?
I'm leaning towards a bounce back for the Jags because
Okay.
they just don't. The Titans just don't have the talent
Mm.
on defense, right? Where if this Jags team, if Trevor can get somewhat healthy and him and Peterson can get on the same page again, moving the football down the field, it's going to be tough
Yeah.
for the Titans to run with them.
Yep.
They have to make it ugly. They have to keep this game under 17 points
Yep.
for the Jags for
Yep.
them to run with it. Because
Yep.
if it gets into a 21 plus football game, yeah, the Titans don't have a shot. And I think that's kind of where I'm leaning more towards. I like the Vikings. I like Will Levis. I like what they can kind of put together there, but I think it's still a little too soon where they've been struggling a little too much on that offensive side of the football.
All right, then I'm not touching
And
the
the
game.
Jags need it. The Jags need this.
The Jags do need the win. All right, I'm not touching the game.
I don't dislike taking them there because it can be a close win for the Jags still. But yeah.
No, I'm not touching the game. I like under 46.5 Seahawks to Rams. I like that a lot. I think that everyone is going to be betting the Seahawks at plus 1.5. I think that they win. I think the Rams come and win that game because way too many people are going to be playing the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks
I
are going to
know.
take a little bit of a
Why are
dip.
the Rams favored?
Probably because it's at home. Didn't the Seahawks just get an
Stafford's
injury as well?
back.
Stafford's back.
I saw Tyler Lockett might be out.
Yeah, there
What?
you go.
Why does Gino hate DK Metcalf? By the way,
Dude, what is up with DK not getting touches, bro?
that's what. Why does Gino hate him? Like,
It can come down to just the scheme, bro. It really can.
and that's what I was gonna say. Tyler Lockett, watching a little bit of the past couple weeks, is he's all those short intermediate stuff, quick slants,
Yep.
out routes, check down, bang.
Yep.
Where DK's more running those vertical routes, where
Yep.
Gino's got to trust him and chuck it. And Gino's not that guy. He's not going to sling it like Jameis. He's not going to sling it like,
Dude,
Lamar
you've got
and
to shut the
Jalen.
fuck up about Jameis, bro.
Dude, I love Jameis, bro.
I know
Play
you do.
him. The Saints should play him. I was talking with my one cousin-in-law tonight at a 1-year-old birthday party. Shout out L, or Poppy.
Shout out L.
Yeah, Ella. But it was actually Poppy's birthday, her sister. But anyway, her dad, Ryan, he's a Saints fan. And I was like, dude, it's miserable watching these games. And he's like, yeah, dude, it's bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, you might as well just play. I know you love your boy Carr, but he's brutal. He's brutal to watch football.
So
He
bad.
can't throw the ball. His shoulder is so bad right now, just banged up. He can't throw the ball more than 20 yards. At least with Jameis, you have a shot where you can go, what the as the ball's flying 50 yards through the air, and then maybe Chris Olave comes down with it, and you're like, yeah, let's go. Like when it's with Derek Carr, like it's check down, it's run, it's a sack. Like
100%.
there's nothing else going on in that game. But Jameis, you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
no. Yeah.
oh, thank God. Like that's the way it goes with him. It's at least more fun. But I don't know where were we going before that? Oh, the Rams
No,
and,
just that
and
I'm
DK.
taking the under. I think that this is a heavy. I think a lot of mistakes get made this game, big time. I think that the defenses, by the offenses, that's what I mean by that. I think that this is going to be a dropped passes of death inside of a dome, no less. I'm taking the under. Seahawks Rams. Up to you, bro.
Dude, another one that I think a lot of people are the public. We should look up these numbers, by the way. We'll have to get to that. We don't fact check on this pod.
We don't. Where can we find
Vikings.
that?
I don't know. Vikings +3. I feel like a lot of people are on the
That is
Josh Dobbs
so
train.
interesting because I'm going the total opposite way on that.
Really?
Yeah, I love Denver here.
Wow.
This is a big moment for Russell.
Yeah, and they've been cooking. Well, where I'm thinking is they just beat the Chiefs, they beat the Bills. Back-to-back weeks, right? They finally think they're getting on a roll. They're moving. And this Vikings team is an actual football team. Where this team out there in Denver, I just think is fake and it's just gross. I think it was those two teams coming in, playing them, and just kind of thinking it was going to be easy wins, and all of a sudden they got punched.
Yep.
And I just don't see it. I think now that they're expected to win now and the pressure's back on them like it was at the beginning of the year, I think Josh Dobbs can come in and cover that 3 points.
But see, I think that that's kind of where I disagree with your point because I think that the Vikings do need to get punched in the mouth. I think that they are riding such a high of losing their quarterback. He goes down for the rest of the year. They didn't have it going on. Then Kirk got that fire alive. They've been winning games. He goes down. They go and pick up this guy from Arizona and they continue to win. Something's got to reset, bro. You can't be that lucky. You can't start 1-3.
It's on both sides here, though, is what I'm saying.
I agree, but I think that the difference is it's bigger for the Vikings because the Vikings are only riding good vibes. And Denver is riding like, are we fixing this divorce? Denver's trying to pull it together for the kids.
Yeah.
Denver is trying to pull it together for the kids.
And a lot of the times it doesn't work out.
It does not work out. A lot of the times it results in somebody's on the couch, a wine bottle got broken, cuss words were said. I wish we never had that kid. Things are crazy in the Denver locker room. I saw you look to the side. Maybe a mom stepped into the room. Shout out Mrs. Petrilli. The point is, that's not what the Vikings room is like. The Vikings room is like, a high school team who had their 5-star running back go down, and yet they're heading to the state championship, and no one can believe it. And their kids are all smiles with that kid on the sidelines going, "These are my boys. We got this. I'm with them in spirit. I wish I was out on the field." But little do they know that the team from down the shore is coming in to break up their promised land. That's why I'm going to be taking Denver, but that's not until the overs and the faves.
See, but everything you said there makes me more and more love Minnesota.
Well, then this is going to be a head-to-head, bitch.
I'm fine with that.
All right, go into
No
my
earthquake
next.
there. Opposite of an earthquake. What's the opposite of an earthquake?
A built building. All right, now let's talk about it. A BB. For my last under and underdog.
Let's do a little Philly drinkers bet on that. How about it? Loser of
Okay.
the bet
What's
has
the
to buy the
wager
other person something on the Philly drinkers website. PhillyDrinkers.com / Brendan
You
Petrilli.
got no Ravens gear, bro. All right, I'll get a new hat. Deal.
Yeah.
Done.
All right.
Done.
Put it
It's
out
a
there.
Philly
Who do you
drinkers bet.
like? Who do you like on this side of the bet here? Are you riding with the Minnesota Vikings and me? Or are you riding Denver Broncos and Harry the Bod Heaps for our Philly drinkers bet of the week? All right. Head to head.
The Philly drinkers bet of the week is crazy, bro. This is good. Dude, we might have to make that a new segment.
I know.
That might have to be a new.
This slow brain right now. Fucking thought of that on the moment.
That might have to become a new graphic.
Nah.
But the only thing is, then it kind of overtakes the HTL. You know?
No, this is head to head. Me versus you.
Me versus you. Okay.
Yeah. Normally we're betting together on stuff, but sometimes you got to give the people a little competition. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Sometimes you got to separate.
We got to get a little heated here on the pod. We can't always agree with each other. Or sometimes we got to keep it straight. If we don't like a bet on one side, you got to let them know. All right.
Sometimes we got to separate church.
And I got to fucking put my hand down your throat and tell you how much the Vikings are going to kick that ass.
I'm the church. Shout out Russell. And you're the state, Minnesota, with all their busted ass laws. For my next under and underdog, I'm the whisperer of them. You know I got to take them. Where am I going with this? Say it with me, Trilly. 1, 2, 3. Jets. Jets plus the 7.
You have an addiction.
Jets have this.
You have an addiction.
Number. I have an addiction to bad teams. I was saying the Saints all year long that they were my team. As soon as they died, I took the Jets. I love them here, bro. Plus 7 on the road. This defense is the real deal. I'm totally out on Allen. This is not a comeback game for him. He does not own the East. This could be an absolute massive win for the Jets, especially with the rumors that Aaron could be coming back week 17 or earlier. Sorry, week 16 or earlier. Obviously, there's nothing earlier than 17. Week 16 or earlier. So I think it really does come down to, dude, this is a prove it moment for the Jets. And they're going into a stadium where the Bills, I don't think, feel confident in this game. That fan base doesn't. You did if you won last week and the week before against Cincinnati. But dude, you're in your own house with a quarterback who's throwing the ball away left and right to a team that you lost to week 1 after they lost their main guy. And on top of that, you've got Pick Central and Sauce Gardner and every other corner and back that they got on that squad looking to either take Josh Allen's head or to take his ball to the crib. Jets plus the 7. Don't talk to me unless I win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. That Jets team.
You got nothing to say. You know why? Because you can't keep up with me, ho. Now, what's your last one?
I gotta take it. I'm representing it on the chest, on the hat. I'm not as confident in it to take it as a lock or anything this week, nor normally that's where I like to rock with them. I'm taking the Birds, 2.5. Give it to me. I think this is gonna be a close football game.
This is the most crazy primetime line of this season so far. Because you've got the better team catching points. But if you notice, what's crazy is the actual money on these bets. Because Eagles plus 2.5, this is not plus money. It's minus 105.
Mm-hmm.
and the Chiefs minus 2.5 is minus 115. So what that tells you is, like, what I'm wondering is, why is this not a pick 'em? Why is this not a 1 point spread? What is,
And
if you
especially
could,
the money line is only 128. So I mean it's pretty close to that.
so tell me,
That
defend your
Mendoza
team,
line
dude.
there.
Defend your team. Why are they the underdog here? Besides
Yeah,
for home field.
I think it's just the way that, well, we started the show off talking about this Birds team, right? It's that they've played a lot of ugly football games this year, and they just haven't gone out and proven that they can smack a team around, even though they did against Miami. But I think they're a fraud team, but we'll have to see.
Total.
But they've also played some teams that they should have smacked around, and the games were a lot closer than they should. This is the first really, really big test, and I'm saying that even when we just played Dallas 2 weeks ago now, off a bye. But both teams are coming off a bye. It's a Super Bowl rematch. This is the opportunity for Nick Sirianni to prove himself as a top head coach in this football league, in my mind. I think he already is, especially going to a Super Bowl last year, having back-to-back 8-1 starts to a season. But a lot of people sleep on him. The way that they just kind of think he's a goofball, he doesn't call the plays, this and that. Obviously, the guy's doing something. He's doing a lot of great things. Right, you have a lot of great players in this locker room, but you see that all over the place in the NFL. Where Denver has a lot of great talent, Buffalo's got a lot of great talent, but if you don't have a coach that can go and keep it together and build a culture for winning football, it doesn't work. And Nick Sirianni gets a lot of credit for it. He gives you the weird reactions, facial reactions, and the cockiness on the sideline, and we love it. That's what we love about here in Philadelphia. And it's his time to go out there and take care of business. Prime time, whether Taylor's there or not, whatever it is, we're going out there and we're smacking that ass. And the Eagles are winning this game on Monday Night Football.
Eat it up, bro. Eat it up. Eat it clean. Eat it raw. Wow. What an episode this has been. I already gave my first fave and over with the Philly drinkers.
It's going to be a great game.
It's
Just
going
to
to be a
wrap it
great
up.
game.
Sorry. It's going to be a great game. Do I expect the Eagles to win? No. Can they win? 100% they can.
Yeah. I would argue outside of I would literally argue outside of the Ravens' first primetime and only primetime game this season against the Bengals, I would argue this is the best primetime game on the slate so far this season.
And we've had so many bad primetime games. We were supposed to be with Cincinnati. Baltimore obviously got hurt. But, looking at the ticket prices here on ESPN, all the tickets as low as the Eagles is 286 in Kansas City. You want to know the next closest one? Cleveland, Pittsburgh at 150.
Yeah.
Over $100+ more to
Let's
get
talk
in.
the difference here.
Like that's what we're talking here. This is the legit game with two title contenders, heavyweights going at it again. And it's going to be a good one. And I'm excited. Give me the points. If the Eagles are catching points in any game, give it to me. Because I like
to me, baby.
winning any football game.
I love it. All right. I'm giving you an over and a fave, an over and a fave, aka an over and a fave.
A what?
An over or fave.
Okay.
We're on to our faves and our overs.
Okay.
Faves and overs.
All right, I'm going first. Bears, Detroit, 47.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot.
I think Justin Fields is going to come back. They're going to score some points. I don't think he's too banged up. I think they're going to be able to run the football a little bit because this Detroit team's defense is not great, but they can score. Both teams' defenses are not the best. I like the talent on offense on both sides. Give me the 47. I think that'll be a fun game.
Love it. And what's that? 47?
47 and a half.
Over 41 Bucks 49ers. I think that, listen, we talked about mediocre teams or we talked about decent teams beating mediocre teams. It's in San Francisco. I don't know if necessarily I would be taking the over. If this was in Tampa, I think that the home field advantage for the Niners plays a big play here. I think the offense goes off. I think Christian McCaffrey gets 2 tugs. I think Brock's going to be slinging it. Kittle anytime, Brendan Ayuk anytime. They're going to look to distribute here. massively. I think it's going to be a very hard day for Baker, though I think he'll get one. Baker's got some magic going on in Tampa. I think that he might be a long-term solution for them. And if he can put up
Really?
10 plus points against this defense, I think
I
that
think
speaks a
Baker
long
can
way.
be good for them for another year. Definitely next year.
I think that if he can continue to game manage the way he has this year, that's been, I think, Baker's biggest attribute this year has been his game management. I think the way that even with their tough losses that the Bucks have had, and there's been a few blowouts at the same time, Baker, I think, has taken a lot. His progression in his maturity on the field is 10 times more than he had in his last starting year in Cleveland. There's no question about it. In my idea. By the way, we still don't know if his dad stole like $10 million from him. But that's a conversation for another time. You know about that one, right?
Maybe.
About his retirement with his wife
No,
and his brother and his dad, that they
I
gave
did
his
not
money to
hear about
manage, and
that.
now it's gone. And now it's gone in
No.
like a hedge fund, and they can't find it.
Wow, I did
Like
not hear
$10
about
million
that.
cash
That's
gone.
insane.
Yeah, bad. I love the over here, dude. I love the over here.
Mm. Give me the over Vegas, Miami, 45 and a
Ooh.
half.
Okay, now you're strictly saying that because of Miami.
Yeah. I think Miami can win this game 40-10. You know?
And I'm riding that with you. Earthquake. Earthquake.
Yeah. And I think, yeah. I mean, I'm strictly going off Miami here. They need to start flexing their muscles again. I think the Magic's running out on the interim head coach for that Raiders team,
Me too.
but they can still put up a couple points with the offensive weapons they got.
Me too.
Keep it rolling.
It's your
Um,
last pick, bro.
Dallas, 10 and a half. They beat bad football teams. They don't win this. They don't cover it. They're frauds. They're fake. They suck. We already know that. But I'm going to bet them anyway.
So they really this is their identity. Plus 15-point wins on super bad teams, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So then who are the top? Give me the top 5 real playoff teams in the NFC, because that takes Dallas out.
The NFC,
Yes.
um, Philadelphia,
Okay.
49ers,
Yep.
Detroit,
Okay.
uh, and
See,
it's
this is where
ugly
it gets
after
hard.
it's
This is where it
ugly
gets
after
hard.
that.
Yeah.
Uh, Seattle,
Yep.
and Dallas.
Okay. Wow. Seattle over Dallas. Why?
They're gonna, oh yeah, they'll probably have a better record to finish the year.
Yeah. So Dallas 4,
Yeah,
Seattle 5. My lock, dude. Alternate spread. I'm going crazy on this. I think that they handle business in a big way. They're catching over a tug. I'm going even deeper. Detroit minus 10.5. They're minus 7.5 right now. I think they take care of business in a big way. I think golf goes off. I think that Detroit kind of continues to solidify why I truly put them at 3 in that NFC picture. And I think they win by double digits. That's my lock.
I agree. I agree with that 100%. Did you take Tennessee?
No, I thought that we might save that game for the parlay.
Okay,
What are you doing for your lock, bro?
that's what I was thinking. I didn't want to go against you. Um, my lock, which has been clicking at an all-time high.
Your
Man,
locks have been hitting.
man, so many that I like. I don't know which one to pick. Ugh, that's ugly. That's not a lock. I was looking at this Commanders 9.5.
I know that's a crazy line.
Yeah, right. That's a lot of points for Sam Howell. I like Sam Howell, but that's a
Dude,
lot of points.
what do you think about the New Jersey native fucking living in his mom's
Yeah,
basement and starting, dog? He's Italian as shit.
I mean, why wouldn't you? You know.
Get the chain out. Get
All
the
right.
chain out.
All right, here you go. My lock. We're betting this for the culture of the overs, because this is a personal challenge for everybody out there. It's disrespectful. Yes, scoring is down this year. It's gross. It's disgusting. Quarterbacks have been hurt, banged up, and it sucks, right? But 32.5 points in
Ooh.
an NFL football game
Yeah, kind of disrespectful.
is so disrespectful. These guys are professionals out there to score points.
You're putting 2 bets on that game in the same week?
Yes.
You're taking
I'm
Pittsburgh
taking
plus
the
the 2.5.
Steelers 2.5.
Wow.
Give me the 32 over.
See, I think that's a horrible move because I'm going to tell you that's a
I
13-10
know you
game.
don't like them, and that's why I like it even more.
When have I ever led you astray?
I'm just telling you what I know.
That's right. You can't name a time. You know why? Because it doesn't happen. All right, dude. Let's hit the parlay. First game, dude. We got to do something with this Texan Cardinal game. We can't talk about how we're pro Texan Cardinal and not do anything with this
That's
game.
what I was waiting for it.
What do we think
I
here?
was
I
thinking
don't like
about
the
taking
spread.
Texas as I know as my lock, but I didn't like the 5.5. I think Kyler coming off a big win, first game. Now Call of Duty's officially out. I kind of like the Texans big time, but 48's a lot of points.
I like the under.
Yeah.
I like the under here.
If that under doesn't hit, it's on you.
100. It's on my head, and we never bet him again. Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 48.5.
How about Detroit? We'll just take him at the 7.5.
It's a lot of action now already on that game. We're both betting it and putting it into the lock. I don't know.
What did I take? The over in that game?
You took the over. I took a -10.5 as an alt spread and as my lock. I don't want that.
Fine.
I think the Jets plus the 7.
Come on. What are you doing? Get the fuck out of here. You're
All right,
telling
what-
me to hop off to take a Detroit against a goddamn terrible Chicago team, and you go, we'll take the Jets plus the 7 instead. Get the fuck out of here.
All right. What about the over in that Eagles Chiefs game? Or is the cold weather going to be making a lot of drop passes?
I just
45.5.
I just don't have a good feel in that game, man. The Eagles can blow them out.
Okay.
The Eagles are going to blow them out, or it's going to be a
gonna be
close
tight as
game
hell.
where my heart's
Tight as
going to
hell.
get hurt again.
Yeah.
Like that's the way it's going to go. The Eagles aren't going to get blown out. They're either going to blow out the Chiefs or it's going to be a close game. And Fatty McCheeseburger, double burger, Mahomes is going to rip my heart out again. I'm going to be like, fuck you, fuck the refs, fuck all of them. I'm getting my fucks out at the end here.
All right. So how about we do this for the last 3?
I
got 3. Okay, Packers, and then what about the Giants plus the 9.5 and the over in the Titans-Jags game?
Yes, for the Titans, Jags.
Okay. So GB.
How about the over in Dallas, Carolina?
What's that at?
41.5.
Done.
And of course,
Titan v Jags. Over 40. We said that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Over 40.5. And then Dallas, the over. And what's that at?
41.
41. Yep.
And a half. 15 wins you 180 and 42 cents.
Dude, that's a good one. Are we getting a weather girl pick before we close this episode out, bro, or what?
No, she's asleep.
She's
I'm
dead.
ready to go to bed too.
All right, we'll have this podcast posted for you, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna have the picks out on the Instagram. We're gonna have clips coming. The global warming campaign will be clipped and done. Shout out Philly drinkers. We love you. Click the link, subscribe, share it out, view it, love our content. Harold Hoops, Hollywood Hair out, Roll Ravens, #1 team in the AFC. Trill, hit it.
Peace. Shout out to 2 and 5. Go Birds, baby.